Got bark, you got bark, you got bark, bark, bark everywhere. Tons of bark. This is amazing. And another taste test. Hey, what's going on? Welcome to the channel, Dream It, Make It. My name is TJ, and today we're going to double the bark on some pork butts. All right, so today we are going to double the bark on these pork butts. I've got two here. You're probably wondering why they're so flat and skinny and long, and they don't look like a pork butt. And that is because to double the bark on these pork butts, I removed the bone, which is very simple. I probably should have videoed it, sorry I didn't. But you just get your knife, get in there, follow that bone, and just cut around that bone and get that bone out of there. Once you get that bone out of there, you've already created this little pocket. And so what I did is I kind of folded it up, and then I cut right through the butt, right in the center, and butterflied it open to where it opens flat like this right here. Very simple, very easy to do. Sorry, these flies are all over the place. I'm not dancing around, they're just swarming the food. So that is why they look like this, so that we can get as much surface area on these pork butts. Now, you've probably seen the Cosmos Q video where he just did this, and that's kind of what inspired me to go ahead and do it. I've been thinking about it for a while, and when I saw his video, I was like, oh, I got to do that. That just makes perfect sense. There, you get as much surface area to get that bark, because everybody wants some bark in their sandwich. I mean, you don't want just the innards of the butt, you want the good stuff where the seasoning is, so we can taste all that delicious SP, the salt, pepper, garlic from Spiceology is what we're gonna be using on it. And so that is why it's so awesome to be able to double that bark. All right, so I'm taking the salt, pepper, garlic blend from Spiceology and gonna go ahead and get these butts seasoned up. I am going to go pretty heavy on this. All right, after it's seasoned up, go ahead and getting it on to the Longhorn. And I'm gonna go ahead and touch up some spots that I did not, or touch up the spots that just got messed from me carrying it around, and any that I missed. That seasoning is very important to creating great bark. All right, so like I talked about, to double the bark, you've got to get double that surface area. Then you've got to have good coat of seasoning. That is going to really help the bark. And then last of all, I'm smoking with pecan, and that is because I like a smoke forward flavor, but I don't want it overpowering. I don't want it overwhelming. I just want a nice, good, sweet smoke flavor, and pecan does that for me. It's not as light as like a fruit would, like a cherry or apple, but it's not heavy like a hickory or post oak. Pecan is right in the perfect balance for me. Pecan's my favorite. It's what I use on nearly everything. And so I've got pecan going on to build that bark, that smoke flavor, to build that bark. And we are starting off running our temperatures around the 225, 250 mark, right in there. And we're gonna let that roll at that temperature for several hours. And then we're gonna boost it up and raise that temperature and get these pork butts done. I don't know if I'm gonna wrap or not. We will take a look at the pork butt as it cooks to know if I'm gonna wrap it or not. Again, this is the first time that I've butterflied them like this. Cooked many pork butts, and sometimes I wrap, sometimes I don't. So we're just gonna see what happens. Stay with me, follow along in this cook. All right, so it's another day and the pork butts are done. I cooked two of them like you have seen because of that other video where I'm comparing the Oklahoma Joe's Bronco to the Oklahoma Joe's Longhorn and how they cook flavor wise, what comes out of it. So go check out that video. I will leave a link right here so that you can go check that out. But as far as seeing the bark on these pork butts, check this one out. This is on the Longhorn. It looks absolutely amazing, and because of that other video, I've actually already tasted it, so I know it tastes amazing. But for video purposes, strictly video purposes, I'm gonna go ahead and grab one more bite for this video. Yep, still really good. Tastes amazing. The bark, there's so much bark on this. When I shred this up, there's going to be a mound of bark. In fact, let's just go ahead and do that right now. I mean, just look at all that bark. It's like bark all the way around. This is really hot. I probably should have waited a little longer to shred this. But seriously, I mean, bark on both sides, nearly of every strip of meat. You got bark, you got bark, you got bark. Bark, bark everywhere. Tons of bark. This is amazing. And another taste test. Oh man, nice and moist. This is what it's all about right here. Woo! So much bark in this pork butt. I can't believe it. Like, this is unbelievable. Why have I not done this forever? All right, there you have it. Double the bark on your pork butt. This may be the new way of doing things for me, especially if I'm doing this for sandwiches, because who doesn't love more bark? Seriously, that makes my day. I can't wait to make some nachos out of this. I'm pretty excited. So if you liked this video, hit the like, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, it would really help me out. And hit that bell so you don't miss any videos. And last of all, get outside and make some crazy good barbecue.